Hey Lego Empire. Just another bit of an update, kind of building update at least. I've got what I believe is all of the pieces for the Dreadnought. So I am working on that right now. I don't know how much I'm going to get done. I've not got a lot of time today, but I figured I'd try and do a little more. Uh, at least see what I can get done. Sorry again about the lights. I know it's not super great, but again, this is still just testing, making sure things work out kind of okay. And if they don't, they don't. But again, it's prep stuff. I want to see if you guys like this. I haven't seen too many views on my other one, so it might just not be worth it. But at the same time, there's always fun in doing these things. Also, half the problem now is I organized everything beforehand, laid out all the colors by color and part and everything, and then I get all the bags of stuff I need, and it's just all intermixed, which is fine. I understand there's not all companies can literally separate bag sort and give you another 15 bags of stuff when you do your order. It's not how it's gonna work. But it's still kind of cool sometimes when they do. Black. And again, I'm going to talk to myself a little bit, which is fine. I'm technically talking to you guys, but it doesn't always work. Just because there's lots of different things I need to be doing. And again, you hear random noises. Say hello to my dog, Meg. She really enjoys hearing my voice. So when I'm talking to you guys, she thinks I'm talking to her, and then she's like, "Oh, you're giving me attention." Kind of, but not really. So and I'm hoping today, if I had all the time that I want, I'd probably get completely done with the Dreadnought. I doubt that's going to be the case, especially with recording. I've been half tempted to not record because I could get so much further along. I guess technically I just stop recording at one part, record another, and it's content, but at the same time, I want to try and do a good job for you guys. I want to try and accomplish. I can get this Dreadnought done, that's great, but if I don't get the fighting, what I'm going to be fighting is the Cagney Carnation after this, and getting this done is great, but if I don't have the Cagney Carnation for it to fight, it's kind of just sitting there alone, and it'll still look amazing, but it'll just be like, oh, I don't have my opponent at the moment, I just have me. And again, that might just have to be the case. It might just have to stand there. Maybe I can lay it against the Scorch from Titanfall 2. I can say, hey, you're gonna be fighting Scorch for the time being until I get what I need. I will admit, getting all these pieces ordered and organizing all the pieces the way I did just it made everything better. Just everything. I mean, everything is so much more organized. I tried streaming actually earlier. That fell through again, which is sad that the stream just isn't working, but it just keeps crashing. It says my stream is up and running, but then it's literally, it's up for a moment, and then it's down, and then it's up for a second, and then down again, so I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. You guys will have to get your content from just checking out my YouTube channel for the time being, and hopefully that's enough. I will admit, this is every time I work on one of these. I mean, even with the Thunderjaw earlier, it was just so much fun working on it, and then just slowly piecing it together and getting a leg, and then I mean that's just kind of the enjoyment of Lego, is slowly having something evolve and get built in front of your eyes over a course of time, and know that it got built because of you. That made me actually remember, I wanted to include some questions in this. If I remember all of them, I didn't prepare enough and didn't write everything down like I was planning to before I started. But again, with the streaming not working out, I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go record on YouTube, and so I switched right over and just started. And I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna prepare, but oh well, no preparing. I am still having an issue with having the having enough enemies in this mock. It's coming up so much that like I'm looking at color variants to try and make this work. And I understand that there are tons of different varieties of enemies, and yeah, there are color variants, but and for Minecraft, I want to use some Minecraft stuff, and I understand that there's only so many guys, so there's going to be some dupes. But I am having so many problems getting a good amount of enemies that I don't know if I'm going to have enough in this giant mock. And that's sad. It's the truth of the matter is I don't know if I'm going to have enough. So I'm currently working on the Minecraft stuff. Blinkies from Pac-Man, the 4 Ghosts. I'm going to try and do that, which is cool. And I've got my own builds that I'm working on. And some of them are kind of big, and that's great. But I found the crazy guys, I don't remember their names, from Borderlands. And they're they look great. And I really want to use them, but they're expensive. So I can't just get a ton of those because it's going to cost too much money to do that. So while it's a great idea, I can't buy 15 guys for 15 guys at like $15 a pop to add to my mock. I mean, it will look great, but I don't have that kind of money. I can't spend that kind of money on this mock. So what I would love if I'm not asking for money here. I'm asking for more ideas, more small guys, more minifig level, like guys, something that I can simply just go online and be like, I need this head from this mock, and I need this leg from this mock, and I need this torso, and I need this weapon, and just go from there. And that's all I need to do to get more enemies, more stuff to fight, more cool things that I can add to this mock, because that's just where I'm running into issues. Is we all know the protagonist pretty much. We all understand like Mario is the protagonist for the Mario stuff, but the enemy changes so many times, and you'd think that would make it easier, but people care about the protagonist. I mean, those are the people those are the creations people want to do. They want to make the Mario, the Yoshis, the Toads. They don't want to keep making all of the enemies. And that's fine. But it doesn't help me that much in my mock, because it's either I'm finding really massive things that I need to work on that are going to cost me hundreds of dollars to make one thing after another, and they're going to take up the majority of the mock. The Thunderjaw is already the focal point of my first part. And I don't want that to be the case. I don't want that to be all that I'm doing. So, from you guys, if you can come up with any smaller enemy things, we'll make it as easy as possible. It doesn't have to be always the biggest thing in the world. It can be something simple. It can be. It doesn't have to be a major franchise. It can even be kind of pseudo enemy. Right now, I'm looking at Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, and I can get minifigs for them. That's not an issue. But from that, I'm thinking maybe I want to have them fight each other. And if that's the case, if I'm going to have something, I think I need to pick and be like, no, one needs to be good guys and one needs to be bad guys. And people can figure that out. I'm not even going to say which side has which. I think I'm just going to include Mortal Kombat figs and Street Fighter figs, custom made figs that I found, and literally just put them in a battle, and people can be like, oh no, the Street Fighters are the good guys, or the Mortal Kombat guys are the good guys. They can make that decision themselves in their own mind, because if I make the decision, then whoever loves Street Fighter or whoever loves Mortal Kombat will be like, no, you should have put them on the other side. I just don't care enough. But that'll be a good start at least. And people can then enjoy Mortal Kombat being in the mock without it being too crazy. And that can make a small area. But again, I still need enemies. I just need them. But put your recommendations in the comments. I can't guarantee anything. I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, the best, most upvoted is going to be the final winner. The decision I make is going to be, no, I just need tons of ideas. And if a ton of people send in good ideas and even if you find the YouTubes or you find photos online, send me the links. I am perfectly fine working backwards from images and trying to make stuff. I'm going to be working on the bird from Skyward Sword. A guy did a custom mock of that, and I can't find the guy. He's not responding to anything. I'm messaging, but I'm like, I want to make this, and I think I can do it from the images. So I'm going to attempt. So if you find images, if they're good enough images, I can probably. It's not going to be the same mock. It's going to be altered a bit, but I can probably get close. Or if you find websites with custom minifigs that are enemies, I would love it. I'm still trying to work on getting like Rainbow Six Siege, get that in there. I'm looking at what else was that that I was just looking at the other day after Rainbow Six. PUBG and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, again, most people don't think of PUBG as having enemies. It's just one of you is the good guy and everyone else is bad. But I might just have to kind of leave that distinction open to the public and go with that. Just to see if it will work. Sorry, I'm trying to figure stuff out as I'm doing this. Because some of the pictures don't tell me exactly what I'm doing, so kind of just mix and matching. Black and dark gray outside. I found a small mistake. It's not major, but just a final like whoopsie in a connection point, and I don't know if it's actually going to cause an issue or it might. It's just not. Yeah, one picture has a different image than what's used in the other, so there we go. I might just get part of the way through. I don't know if I have an ETA or a time limit of how long I want to go in this video. I might just go until I'm done and then pause and go from there. But and again, I could just start another recording, but don't know if that's exactly what I want to do at the moment. I will say I've got a lot of things coming. I got a lot of things on the way, and I hope you guys are excited about that. On that note, though, I've got some help coming as well. One of my friends loves video games. We talk about it on occasion, and he really thinks what I'm creating is kind of cool. The idea behind it, just all of that in general, it looks cool. And he's expressed his desire to be like, I don't think I have the money or the patience to get into that full time, but he said he'd be interested in assisting. And I told him, I'm like, that's perfectly fine. I will be the one kind of putting more of the money into this. I mean, if you want to assist, to jump in, to join, to help out a day, I will accept assistance, no problem. And so that's what he said he might do. So I'm going to wait for my birthday coming up. And then I think after my birthday, depending on if I get some money or if somebody gives me some parts, I don't know yet. But I think I'm going to make some purchases, purchase some extra pieces of kind of some stuff I'm working on. And then I'm just going to be like, hey, this is simple. You really don't need much for instructions. I just need you to make like the Inky, Blinky, Clyde, and Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde from the Ghosts of Pac-Man. They're all the exact same design. They're just different colors with different pieces. So I'll buy all the pieces if he just wants to come over and spend a day assembling them all. I'm perfectly fine with that. And then hopefully at the end of the day, I'll have a whole bunch more content to show you guys, as well as a bunch of just more cool things to add to my giant battle, which will be great, I hope. And if it doesn't work, I mean, he's busy himself, so I'm not saying he's gonna have 100% time to do just everything, but if he does, I'd be glad to work on this. Bear with me. I'm trying to Well, these I understand. And these all match up. And these are identical either side. Bear with me a minute, because I see where this hooks. Ah, got it. Okay. Okay. The picture wasn't doing everything justice. So, okay. All right. Much better. Okay. Okay. There we go. Sorry. That was a little more difficult than I initially thought it was going to be. Plus, some of these are just Interesting. All right. You know what? That's the end of a major step. This is the first kind of good housing chunk. I'm just going to call it there. I've got another part to work on, and I'd like to try and get some time today to have some free time, but I wanted to make these a little shorter. The first one was just a bit too long, so I'm going to go with shorter for today. But you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you next time.